If you're breathing, you got the opportunity to get it right, if you know what I mean. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But you have an obligation to do your best to try to get it right. You feel me? Like to welcome y'all all for coming in and tuning in with your boy, the one and only, Bam Bam Bellion. Got to tell you to stand 10 toes down on these 10-fold grounds. Representing East Side Ours because the East Side is ours. Yo, drum major for justice because there is no justice for just us. Y'all know what's up. Special show going down this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Special show. I would like you all to give a special guest, a special welcome to my very special guest, my conscience, my brother that watches over me, the one and only DA, who is the dark side to my apocalypse. DA, let the people know you in the house, dog.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one DA, and y'all finna get to know this man this evening as we go over tonight's conversation, dealing with what's going on, man. You know, we always talking about what's going on, what's happening, what's up, just like you see scrolling on your screen right now today. And what's going on and what's happening and what's up right now. What's today's topic, man? We getting off into the discussion of these, what they call so-called private prisons, man. And the system that's set up, that has been being set up for several decades. We're gonna go off into some videos to give y'all a look at how this whole thing has been being put together to contribute to re-enslaving the people that were once enslaved in the United Snakes of Amnesia. Let's keep in mind as we go through this discussion, there are more people in prison, more men, black men in prison today than there were in slavery in 1865. That can't happen by accident. You understand? That is by design. No way that could be done without math being put to play, and math is perfect. Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, nothing happens by accident in the United Snakes of Amnesia. I'd like to believe that that's true. DA. It's a real shit, man. But
far more niggas in the pen than in college.
Far more niggas in the pen than in college. Hip hop. It's strange that my man said that. What is the role that hip hop plays in our incarceration? What is the role that hip hop plays in the incarceration of brothers and sisters in the United Snakes of Amnesia? Because apparently hip hop plays a big role in it. Crazy as it is, man, because man, when we was young dudes, we had cats like, you know what I'm saying, you had The Message, you know what I'm saying? Melly Mel, the Furious Five, Broken Glass, everywhere. Okay. It's like a jungle sometime to make me wonder how I keep from going under. Educational, trying to teach us something, DA. We went from that.
Teach them, let them know.
Hey, we had that. You remember our brothers, man. OG po-righteous teachers, man. We had people, we had cats like the po-righteous teachers, dude. This is the kind of hip hop we grew up with. You understand what I'm saying? We had po-righteous teachers. Back in the day, we had Melly Mel and the Furious Five coming with that educational talk. You understand? Po-righteous teachers. Brand Nubian, then we got po-righteous teachers. You understand? We had
Stetsasonic,
first hip hop band. X-Clan up in the house, trying to teach us something, trying to educate us, man. We had Public Mother Freaking Enemy, DA. Fight the goddamn power. It was a different time. A different time. Hip hop was trying to keep us motivated, keep us revolutionary, keep us on that sovereign national tip, man. Then you had that era that kicked in. You had Ice-T. A lot of people forget Ice-T was here before NWA was. Before there was an NWA, there was Ice-T, you know what I'm saying?
Ice T was in the breakdance movie.
He was in the breakdancing movie. A lot of people don't. I mean, I wish I would have put up one of them pictures of that to show it next to this Power album to show people the change that happened with my boy, Mr. Ice T, man. But he was like,
hey, but you know, he was like the first Tupac though.
He was like the first
from New Jersey.
On everything. Motherfucking 6 a.m, police at my door, fresh as skeeters looking off the bathroom floor. Everybody don't know that song. You late as hell. And you got NWA. You had Ice Cube, Ice Boob, Dr. Dre, Easy, Yella, MC Ren. That was, they say, the era, the beginning of gangster rap. The truth is, man,
that wasn't the beginning.
That wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It actually started before that. You know, it goes back a little further than that. And the thing about it, even though these dudes, Ice-T, NWA, you and I both know, as gangsters they supposed to be, they still had songs with messages in them too. You know what I'm saying? You had to express yourself. You had Dope Man. You had what's my High Roller. You want to be a high roller. Man, we we had some G shit back in the day. This is not how it is now, man, because ain't nothing positive about shit now. Then you had Ghetto Motherfucking Boys. I remember when they came out, DA. I remember the first time I seen that album cover. No bullshit. Twilight showed us that album cover and seen Bushwick Bill for the first time with the little blue bandana hanging out the pocket or whatever. We thought they was Crips. We didn't know if they was blood. We didn't know nothing. Then find out them cats is from Fifth Ward, Texas. Nevertheless, gangster rap was expanding. We had our Ghetto Boys. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But at the same time, you had Ice Cube Death Certificate album. Me personally, I feel like that was one of the most conscious albums ever. My favorite record by Ice Cube. What the hell went wrong with the brother after that? But back in them days, man, Cube was like, he was still on his shit. I got a video where I did a video commentary with my boy Cam speaking on him, talking about despite what was going on, you know, he went with that whole West Side Connect thing, started acting like he was some kind of banger, and Cam was like, you knew better than that. And the honest to God truth is, nigga, you did. You did that to try to sell records, bruh, and that wasn't cool. You turned into the same type of a parasite that you be talking about now, where they control the music that come out, and we ain't got no control over that. So I don't understand, man. Nah, bruh. Let's keep it 400 around.
You forgot to throw BDP up in there.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. They in here too. Beat down Productions. And then you remember the Uncle Sam's Curse album? On the real, Uncle Sam's Curse with your boy Above the Law. That was a politically conscious gangster rap album. You know what I'm saying? They can say what they want, but that's just the honest to God truth. We had a variety. We could listen to strict hip hop gangster if we wanted to, or we could listen to hip hop conscious if we wanted to. We didn't have to like, it depends on what kind of mind you had in your head. Was you a positive brother or was you on that other stuff? But even if you was a dude that was on that other stuff, if you wanted to hear some positive hip hop, you could. You don't got none of that now. There's no variety no more. You still you still got your Mos Defs, your Talib Kweli's, your Dead President. You still got cats that still want to talk about that really real, but completely shattered, man. It's nothing like what it was.
They don't get no airplay or anything.
Record companies ain't fucking with them. None of that. They can play all the games they want. That's just the honest to God truth. And hey, people can say what they want.
Here we are we're in the era of views, right?
Yeah.
So you got the conscious rappers not getting any views.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's not what they want you to see.
Yeah. And you actually got some pretty good conscious rappers nowadays. I be catching them every once in a while, but even I don't follow them like I should, because man, I heard this one cat spitting not too long ago, man, and he was like Christian rapping. He sounded better than these dudes that's doing music now. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, no airplay. The record labels ain't fucking with them. They got to go full independent. And that's the only way they're gonna be able to get their message out. And that's sad, but it's true. They can play the games all they want, man. This is actually what they did to hip hop. This is what they did to change things around. You know what I mean? And on everything, it's not a secret. I mean, let's get off into the videos, dog. Let's check out our boy Joe to the motherfucking Rogan.
We have private prisons, which is crazy, where you're essentially taking human beings and you're using them as batteries to generate money. That's really what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, the more people you get in there, the more profit you're pulling out of it, which is just crazy. So then you have prison guard unions that are lobbying to keep laws on the books, victimless crimes on the books,
right,
like marijuana. And ironically, a lot of this lack of compassion could be solved with psychedelics. A lot of it, where people expand their consciousness.
Of course, my boy Joe believes in the psychedelics. That can solve it all, right, Ro? Right, Joe Ro? A few mushrooms.
Understand that what they're doing is morally reprehensible, and even though you can sort of justify it because it's legal, it's disgusting. And we should change those laws. Those laws don't make any sense. Just because it's written on paper doesn't mean it's just.
Nice to get some acid in the punch bowl at some kind of congressional,
Well, consensual
lawsuits from.
Yeah, he's saying what he's saying, but it's the truth. These prisons, man, they're not playing no games with us. Check this one out right here. This is a lady that used to be a guard in one of the private prisons. Listen to what she got to say.
Inmates say the company pits prisoners against each other, covering up assaults, creating what is dubbed a gladiator school.
I had one inmate that was type 2 diabetic, I believe, so he knew what he needed to eat. His doctor on the outside knew what he needed to eat, but CCA felt that they knew it better, and they would keep giving him something, starches that he couldn't eat. And it was either you eat it or too bad, so sad. So it's either the CCA way or it's no way.
Corrections Corporation of America. The company runs 65 facilities, making it the largest operator of private prisons in the country.
We used to have gas masks.
Largest operator of private prisons in the country. Wonder who owns that shit right there. When you go, like my boy said in the Payback movie, your boy Mel Gibson, he said, if you go up high enough, you run into one person. So if you keep going up high enough, all these corporations and companies and crews, and if you go up high and if you keep going up, you're gonna find one person that's really running everything. And when it comes to these conglomerates, you got these different corporations that own percentages of these different groups. And when you go up high enough, you fuck around and find out this one corporation, BlackRock, that's pretty much running all this shit. You feel me? I'm just saying, dog, in my little research I've been doing, BlackRock keep coming up.
For the officers in each housing unit, so if they had to gas one of the units, they took them all out. Again, they're looking to do the things the cheapest way they can, but make money for their higher echelons. If we were overbooked, CCA didn't care. They were looking for the money.
This right here tripped me out.
Now, I like this brother's breakdown. He got a cool little breakdown. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in with your boy Bam Bam Belly Young, one of Watt's 3 favorite sons, representing Eastside Ours because the Eastside is ours. Right over my shoulder, y'all can see my man is hanging out with me tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only DA, the dark side of my apocalypse. Up in the house with me. Y'all can see him hanging over my shoulder right there, just like a conscience and shit around here. Nigga, now every nigga need a conscience. Perhaps my man can keep me on straight with this brother. But let's check out our next video, man. Listen to my brother right here.
There are owners of private prisons that are suing the states that they are contracted to put people in prison in right now in this country. Let me say that again now. There are owners of private prisons that have been contracted by the states to put their prison in that state and put people in prison that are suing those states because they promised them a certain amount of occupancy. And since they've changed some of their laws to be more lenient on locking people up, which has reduced the population in the prison, and now they suing them for that makeup because they promised them more people than they got.
Pause. Man. I've been heard they was doing this in California. But it's not just Cali, it's other states doing it too. You are not providing us. Wait a minute, we built this prison and we have an agreement with you, a contract with you to keep us with prisoners. Where the fuck is our prisoners at? Since y'all not locking up enough Negroes, we gonna sue you. Y'all have a job to see to it we got prisoners in here. And if we ain't got enough prisoners, that means y'all need to change the laws to punish lesser crimes. Sound like some Judge Dredd shit to me, dog.
It sounds like a business to me.
Sounds like a goddamn business, a perfect model set up that they knew could not fail. And they didn't expect legislation to go the way that it did. So you got a lot fewer people going to prison than you had, because lesser crimes have been deemed, well, non-violent crimes, victimless crimes. They've been taking them down and knocking them down and saying, okay, you're not going to prison for this. But, they've been locking us up for marijuana, and shit like that. Bill Clinton and his crimes bill, they did a good job on us. On some real stuff, dog. They know what they doing.
This is how much of a business putting people in jail is. That because they operating at 50% and y'all promised me 75, 80%.
Gotta turn down your back speaker, dog.
I can sue y'all now because y'all ain't locking up enough people.
Yeah, you gotta turn down your speaker. Or if you're watching on a video, you can turn it down and give it playback. I'm doing the same, but I got my volume all the way down.
Yeah, because y'all reduced and changed some of y'all laws, so y'all not locking people up for simple shit no more, like y'all was. Now.
Never mind, dog. That's my background. Motherfucker. Wait a minute. Okay, it's gone. I think we got it. Back to the video.
Now, our jails ain't as full. We not making as much money. So either y'all gonna have to pay me the money that y'all, the difference.
I hear feedback. Where the hell is it coming from? Wait a minute, let me try this.
Or y'all gotta lock some more people up. And the states can't afford to pay them out of the pocket straight. So now they in court going back and forth right now over this. Like, yo, this is crazy. This is how much of a commodity and how much of a business it is to lock people up in America.
Full-fledged business, dog. Locking people up. Still hear background. Why do I hear background?
You know why?
I'm listening, dog.
I talked to, I had a female, right?
Yeah.
20 years ago, I was dating a girl, and she ran a red light going to work. The police chased her all the way to her employment, pulled her out, arrested her, put her in jail, right?
Yeah.
And she's talking to some people that's in the jails, and she got some information that said, the jails get paid $700 something a day for each inmate. Each inmate, government pays them
$700 a day.
700 and something, probably more now.
Shit, on the real. They get money for each inmate in there. They get an X amount of dollars from the state.
Right.
It's real shit, dog. They not playing no games, like you said. Full-fledged business. Why do I hear it?
Why you think when a motherfucker get out of jail, he'll be back.
Understood. Completely understood. On everything. Now he'll be back. Institutionalized, what they call it.
Because back in the day, when they was getting 100 a day, it's probably more than that. Now 200 a day or whatever for each prisoner. But yeah, you promised me when I set this prison up, I was gonna be at 80.
Something's wrong. We ain't supposed to be hearing that double. Where are we hearing that double playback?
I don't hear the doubles.
You don't hear it? I can hear it. I wonder why.
75, 80% occupancy.
this out real quick. Because it's messing with the quality of my show. Table, is that the case? Let's see. Apply. Yeah, but now. Still doing it. Wait. I don't know what the heck is going on, man. Audio tripping. That, I don't know what it came out of nowhere. It's like it's echoing on my end. I don't hear it no more now, though. Let's go back to the video.
Something got to change. I got to lock some of these cats up, or y'all gonna have to pay me. So
yeah, it's doing like a reverb or some shit, dude. What the hell?
Still here?
Yeah, I can still hear. It's like a perfect reverb. Like they. Let me see something.
like that's crazy. Like how is putting people in the jail just become a business? I thought jail was supposed to be a deterrent for people not to do crime. So if everybody just stopped doing crime, then what's supposed to happen then? Now that's gonna be a problem, huh? Really? Crazy. This is insane. Insane, yeah. Like when I read.
Yeah, I got it now. Let's see what's the problem. My I gotta shut off the what the hell is it? You know, the online thing, on the air thing. But I got it now. I got it. Let's go to the next video. This one, we know what's going on. I want to go to the next. We were messing up our timetable a little bit.
The same people that own the record labels also own the private prisons. Who's he talking about? While he was on the podcast here, he said BlackRock. Do you know what are the two biggest private prisons in America? One of them is called GEO Group, right? Do you know who's the biggest shareholder, institutional shareholder of GEO Group? You ready? Number one, you can find this for yourself, BlackRock. They own.
I just said that. Good old BlackRock. On some real shit, DA. They the motherfuckers that they seem to own a whole lot of. You look into BlackRock, you'll find out that corporation is got their fingers in a whole lot of different stuff, dog.
Own roughly 14.16%. You know what number two is? It's called Vanguard. You know what they own? 9.96%. And by the way, the other one is called Core Civic Incorporated. Ready? Number one, biggest top institutional holder. Public information, BlackRock, 16.75%. Number two is Vanguard, 11.17%. You know what they like? They like the investment. It's a great business model. Let's get more people. If you own restaurants, what do you want? More customers. If you own hospitals, what do you want? More sick people. If you own a private prison, what do you need? We need more people to go to jail. Come on, baby. That's the business model.
The letter is
my man is all the way right. It's like you said, it's a business.
Right. Stop right there. You know what I just read today?
Yeah.
Vanguard owns part of Home Depot.
All right.
I read today.
I'm telling you, man, these big companies, man, we'll be shocked what they own. Crazy but true. But man, this is one of the craziest videos I got into while I was doing this, man. You probably seen this already, but for all y'all folks out here that haven't seen it, check out what my boy crazy got to say about the rap industry and how they playing these hip hop artists to use them in this whole thing.
the secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Damn.
So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for.
Damn.
Hold on, let me
So we gonna tell a story.
we gonna tell the story. We ain't scared.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
They after us, not just playing.
Look, that black van.
He probably wasn't scared at the beginning, but I think he got scared after, DA. My man got sick as a dog after he did this little interview.
So look, so he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like that, like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Right.
This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction.
Yeah.
Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever.
Unethical and destructive business practices ever. This is real shit right here, dog. Listen.
See.
Crazy.
So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there.
Right.
Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting to discuss the future of hip-hop.
Talk to him.
Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign the confidentiality agreement, preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say,
confidentiality agreement for a meeting? Off the rip, they should have knew it was some shit was finna go down. Why we gotta sign a confidentiality agreement if we just meeting to talk about, the industry and the music and apparently our business, what we do. You know what I'm saying? The confidentiality agreement. Exactly. What's really going on if we got to sign a confidentiality agreement? We don't want y'all talking about this. Why? Because they didn't want nobody exposing their scheme and what they was up to. That's what that shit was about. Everything.
This intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long, but very clear on matters and consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination immediately. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but could not find anyone who had the answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them. I was tempted to follow, but curiosity got the best of me.
That's right.
A man who was part of the unfamiliar group collected all the agreements from us. So now it's going to get to the good part because the meeting about to start.
Talk to him, Jay.
It says, quickly after the meeting began, hold on one second.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
Popcorn, get your pistol. No, for
real though.
Quickly after this meeting began, one of the industry colleagues, who shall remain nameless like everybody else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man.
And my man, I think he thought he was doing the right thing by keeping everybody's names out of it. He figured who could come after him, who could want to hurt him. You know what I mean? But the truth is, bro, you still spoke on it, period, after signing that confidentiality agreement. Of course, you can break that or whatever consequences is in that's in that literature. I guess they could try to go after you with whatever's there. But the truth is, nothing can really stop you from just talking about something that happened in a meeting. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's some motherfuckers waiting on you. You get your goddamn ass. Oh, the real, man. Because man, that's something I was thinking about when I was putting this video together, and I meant to talk about that to the people that's listening. Real talk, DA, you and I remember Tupac first album, Tupacalypse Now. You listen to that, and you listen to All Eyes on Me or Machiavelli, it don't sound like shit nowhere near the same shit he was talking about. His first album was full throttle revolutionary talk, no different than Public Enemy, X-Clan, any of them. He was speaking on violence, a motherfucking soldier story. You know what I'm saying? The crazy part is most of these youngsters running around now, they only know the other side because, like you said, the industry decides what get played and what get pushed. You ain't heard no songs off of his Tupacalypse album on no radio stations at all since back then. Barely heard him
all
then.
Tupac did in that album was recreate America's Most Wanted.
On the real.
Ice Cube.
On the real. It was like it was like a different version of America's Most Wanted on everything. Same type of talk on some fuck the police, fuck the system shit. You know what I'm saying? Recognize what they doing to us. Recognize this shit was put together for our detriment. That's the label he was on the real.
And he sampled a lot of Ice Cube in that album.
It's crazy how those two never came together and did no music. That's crazy right there. Especially during that time when Cube was on that, you got to free my mind before I free my nine and stop messing with you. That when Cube was on that tip, you know what I'm saying? I attack and make you vomit. Down with Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Khalid said Ice Cube melded on him.
And who only introduced himself by first name and gave no other details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but that was never confirmed. He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industries and congratulated us for being selected as part of this small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable and the strangeness of this gathering. The subject quickly changed as the speaker went on to tell us that the respective companies we represented had invested in a very profitable industry, which could become even more rewarding with our active involvement.
Damn.
He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments.
He said your record label companies have invested heavy into private prisons, millions of dollars. So in so many words, we need you niggas to help us get niggas to put in this motherfucker. On record, on everything. And he said it in a real proper, white folk way, but we understand what you're saying.
They talk about it, right?
On the real.
But how do they get niggas to get into the jail system?
Yeah.
Through the music. How do they promote the crime?
Yep.
Promote the crime.
We ride that nigga. You gotta
they
be
go
to
to jail.
Man, remember all this? Do you remember how many songs we heard growing up telling us how to rock up cocaine?
Mm-hmm.
Teaching us exactly how to cook cocaine? Make it crack like this. I ain't no slides of Master P or nothing, but the truth is we had a lot of rap songs that was teaching us how to be criminals.
But look, right? Every rapper that comes out said that they had their hand in dealing crack, cooking crack, selling drugs and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Violence against each other.
Look, if there's so many dope dealers out there and they making money off the game, selling dope, why do they need the rap?
Real talk. Real.
Why do they need the money for rap? Why do they need the fame and fortune? If you're doing so good selling crack or selling dope, why do you need the fame and the fortune?
Yeah, who coming to you and saying, hey, you need to invest this money into the music industry? You know, where did the idea come from? You understand? Who backed you and got behind you and said, we gonna help make this happen? I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying Jerry Heller, nobody like that is the main culprit behind nothing. But the thing about it is, when you get past all the fluff, George Bush invited Eazy-E to dinner. The former head of the CIA. You know what I'm saying? What's up? We don't know what was discussed in that house, man. You know, we never had dinner with the president. We never had dinner with the president. When I see your ass again, I'll be hesitant. Now I think you was a snitch.
Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates.
Mm-hmm.
The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons.
Mm-hmm.
It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague who
those couple of people that asked what it had to do with us, they probably got escorted up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably told, hey, wait a minute, you whispered to somebody, hey man, what this got to do with us, man? We don't get down with this. Hey, whispered to somebody, hey, get that nigga out of here. go put a bomb in that nigga car. Hey, you go talk to our people and tell them to take care of this. On some real shit, dog. On everything. I'm taking too much time. I want to get to this next video with our boy Wise Intelligence.
And I can never forget the time a guy named David Weiner called me and asked me, he said, you know, for the next album that you turning in, you know, is you gonna be killing a little bit in there, you know? Is it gonna be a little bit more dope dealing, you know, because that was some of the stuff he was talking about when we first heard you. And I told him, I said, man, I'm a member of the Nation of Islam now, man. They'll have my head if I get to promote that to my people. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna promote that to my people. Straight up, you know?
You know, a lot of what he's saying is actual fact. You know, it's actual fact. Yet it also speaks to the environment in which we are embedded as young black males and females in this particular society. You know, hip hop changing from positive to negative was not a consequence of history. It was not a circumstance of history. It was nothing that just happened on its own. It had nothing to do with the changing of the times. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with the fact that there are people in this particular society who wants to see us exactly where we are. And we cannot let that point elude us. These are the facts. How do we know? 1967, Kerner Commission report on urban disorder. When black people said, yo, we're tired of this system. You know what I mean? This system is oppressing us. So we rebelled against the system. We burned things. We said, yo, we had enough. He did his little report on what caused these riots. He said, what caused these riots? He said it was young children who started these riots, and what was motivating them was a high self-esteem and an enhanced racial pride.
And that shit is out of here.
He said the majority of the rioters were high school dropouts, but they had a higher political orientation than their peers who did not drop out.
That's because they wasn't dropouts, they was pushouts. Big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And they saw the system as their enemy, so they attacked it in the right circumstance. So fast forward to 1992. Same thing. #1 record on the radio, we had Fight the Power. Fight the Power is on the radio. Rodney King is beaten before the world. The black youth rebelled against the system. Again, they did it again. And why? What primed them? Positive hip hop primed them.
Better know
Fight
it.
the Power,
Better know it.
X-Clan, Brand Nubian. You had these groups out here who were pushing, who were politically orienting black kids in the right direction, giving them the
Better know
proper
it.
promptings that they needed so that they can respond properly to oppression. All right? In 1967, when the riots happened, he saw that the self-esteem and the racial pride was fueling this. So he said, how do I bring that down so that they will not riot? And what he did, he flooded the airways with black exploitation movies. Nigga Charlie and the Return of Nigga Charlie. These were movies. Hip-hop didn't start calling people niggas.
On record.
We had Shaft. We had Coffee. Black girl turned prostitute to do whatever, you know what I mean? But these black exploitation movies brought down the self-esteem and the racial pride so that the kids will not rebel against this system of oppression. 92, the racial pride was back in effect. We had black kids going to Dr. Ben Yuckinen lectures. We were spending our money to go see Farrakhan speak as opposed to going to a strip club. This is where we were. The most coveted article of clothing was a historically black college or university sweater.
Real
We were
talk.
motivating children towards positive attitudes and lifestyles. And when Rodney King got the beating, heads responded properly. Fast forward to our day. Sean Bell is shot 50 times in the street in New York by police officers. #1 song on the radio, Like a Lollipop. Nobody do nothing. Nobody respond to nothing.
Now that echo just came back, dog. Whatever you did, it brought the echo back.
Me?
Yeah. Because I just heard it just creep back in all of a sudden.
Trust me. Trust me. Just like the brother, I believe it was JT, the bigger figure, who said that the label executives came to him and said, yo, brother, we need you talking about guns and whores. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That happens. I've been in those meetings with management and had to ask me, is what you're saying really what you believe so that we'll know how to market you properly? You know what I mean? This happens. Young Buck on his album, he has a song on his album that talks about police terrorism. The label said,
Now this shit right here blew me away right here, dog.
absolutely not. Jimmy Iovine said absolutely not. You cannot put that record on the album because it might create an atmosphere
gone
that
now,
might
dog.
put police officers' lives in danger. Right. So they took the record off, but they let him keep the other 14 songs on the album that talked about killing black youth.
That's the game they play with us, DA, on record. Wait a minute, we gotta get back to this other one. Where is that? Where is the DA? Okay, the DA is there. Let's check out. We gotta go to this other video, dog. This gonna blow you away. I don't know if you see this one or not. Ladies and gentlemen. I hear the echo again. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. I got this we gonna get off into this next little video right here off of my TikTok. We ticking and talking around this motherfucker.
Hip-hop gangster rap being orchestrated by record companies for the benefit of private prisons. And this is really, I would argue, part of a much larger scandal here, because if you're familiar with Gary Webb and the Dark Alliance about crack cocaine exploding involving CIA and the Iran-Contra network, you have weapons flooding these areas, you have drugs flooding these areas. Why is that significant? Well, the Promise Software scandal I mentioned earlier is very complex again, but one of the main players in that is Wackenhut. And another one of the main players in that is MCA, the Music Corporation of America. Basically, its subsequent iterations come to dominate hip-hop in that period. And Wackenhut, which is now Geo Group, was then and still is now one of the main private prison companies in the U.S. And then Clinton passes the crime bill in 1994 that basically makes all of these things offenses and makes it much easier
Floods the prisons.
to fill the prisons. And what are some of the companies that end up using prison labor around this time? Well, Leslie Wexner's Victoria's Secret is one. And another company that I believe still uses it is General Dynamics, which is Lester Crown's company. Lester Crown being one of the mega group guys. Some of the biggest corporations in the world. One of them is Walmart, which has longstanding ties to the Clinton family, the Waltons. It's free slave labor.
Free slave
basically.
labor, yeah.
Hip hop, gangster rap being orchestrated by record companies for the benefit of private prisons. And this is really, I would argue, part of a much larger scandal here.
This is the realest of the real talk right here, dog. This is not a joke. This is not a game. You heard what the woman just said, dog. And the fucking echo is back again.
That ain't me, dog.
What the hell did I do? I can't figure it out. But it's okay. It'll be all right. But nah, dog, on some real shit, man. This is, you heard what the lady just said, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is real talk right here, man. It is what it is. I mean, they not playing no games, man. They dead ass. They playing to win. I ain't be too bad, but it is what it is, dog. On everything. But no, that's, I mean, getting off into the whole prison, hip hop prison, and major corporations behind private prisons. Hey, this is some real shit right here, dog. On everything. It's like, it's not a plaything.
Right.
Now let me see here. Where are we? Where's my, there you are. Back to the hood. Topics at hand. Reverse it, man. No doubt. Like I said, during our time, we had real hip hop. We had hip hop had a totally different meaning. Like my boy D Nice said in the Self-Destruction song, to teach to each is what rap intended, but society wants to invade, so do not walk the path that they laid, or it.
Take it back. Take it back to what Dougie Fresh said. We all know the part of the plan why, because rap music is in full demand. Understand?
On the real, dog. This is the kind of hip hop we had back in the day. Yes, we urge to merge, to live for the love of our people, to hope they get along. Getting our point to our brothers and sisters who don't know the time. So we wrote a rhyme. Collect ourselves with intellect to revolve and evolve the self-respect, because we got to keep ourselves in check. Man. You don't got hip hop like that no more. On record, dog, but hey, they did it. Hey, like with everything else that we create, that's positive, that's helpful to our people. The devil cometh immediately and pull up those seeds that have been sown for the people, dog. And that's exactly what happened. That's why we call the motherfucker the devil the Bible speak of. Devil just means liar, deceiver. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It could be anybody. Anybody could be a devil, but shit. It's just obvious who the devil is around here. But on some real stuff, man, we so far from where we once was, dog, that I doubt if there's any kind of way back. They did a good job on us. I reckon. Hey, but it is what it is.
KRS spoke on that when dealing with the Sugar Hill gang.
What you talking about exactly, dog?
About how when the Sugar Hill gang was coming out, and we had the control of hip hop in our hands, right? And the Sugar, he said, pretty much saying the Sugar Hill gang sold out to the major corporation.
Yeah, hey, he might have a point there. What's my girl name? created the Sugar Hill Records. The sister, she's an R&B singer. I don't remember, but she got that song. What is that song? Hey, I listen to it all the time. You hear it on the movie Carlito's Way. Pillow Talk. The lady that did the song Pillow Talk. She played a real big role in getting the Sugar Hill Gang out there and everything. Them and then those sisters, the sisters with that song Funk You Right On Up. They give her like a lot of credit for playing a role in starting hip hop. But we ain't got we still got Public Enemy, man. We ain't got no more X-Clan. We ain't got no more Brand Nubia, Pro Righteous Teachers, cats like that. These youngsters have been cheated. Don't even realize they've been cheated, man. But it is what it is, man. If we don't wise up real fast, things are gonna get real ugly real quick. Hey, man, but you know, we represent Eastside Watts. We are taught to survive.
Hey, money speaks louder than words. Hey, money speaks louder than words. Money speaks louder than words.
Nothing speaks like money.
Mm-hmm. That's a universal talk. Universal language.
Hey, man. We just gonna keep on doing what we do, bringing the information out to the people, getting the information out to you people, making sure y'all understand what's up and what's going on. I'd like to thank everybody that tuned in to the show this evening to come check us out, man. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life. Because we live to die, we die to live again. 360 degrees, comprehend. In the words of my brother, the grand verbalizer, funkin' lesson, Brother J. But now, man, on some real stuff. I do this in the memory of my beloved brother Twilight. Everybody know who the Twilight is. If you don't, you know, Google him or something, man, because we are true to 9-2 around here. That's what we do. Hey, I'd like to appreciate everybody for chopping it up, coming in and checking us out. Big major shouts out to my brother, the DA, for showing up and showing out.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for the DA.
Oh, you're too kind.
Love this damn machine, man. I'm getting better at it, dog. Hey, man, but hey, until the next time, man, I need y'all to keep breathing and doing your best to get it right. I need y'all to join, follow, subscribe, share, donate to the Cash App, man. It's a tax-deductible donate, man, to the nonprofit Social Solutions Institute that makes this program possible. Still giving major shouts out to all four corners of Watts. I see my brother Dawu is in the house. I see my boy Kenny B is in the house. My boy Bobby Yeye is in the house. You basically got the four corners of Watts damn near completely represented up in this piece right now. Giving big shouts out to every one of y'all, man. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Let's keep doing our part to try to make this world a little better. Last words from the DA.
Hey, man. Head up, eyes open.
Shit, say that again.
Well,
chance favors to prepare, ladies and gentlemen. I need y'all to get ready because you don't know what's coming down the pike, man. Until the next time, dog, love y'all to death, love y'all to life. Keep tuning in to the show. Like, subscribe, share, follow. And hey, until the next time, man, I need y'all to keep breathing. Stay out of the way. Let the kids play. We got other things we got to do today. Something like that. Till next time, man. Y'all enjoy the music, man, and we up out of here, man. Eastside Watts, man. What's going on? What's happening? What's up? Till next time, man. Barakatah, Shalom.